Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, our lecture will be the second lecture in Yunus Emre to learn Turkish language. Part B in Turkish, that's mean B bölümü. Let's do simple review. At first, let me focus on these few verbs like okumak, konuşmak, tanıştırmak. Here, okumak, all of these verbs are a base form of verbs. Okumak, that's mean the base form of read. How we can say let us study, let us do review, let us go, let us come, something like that. We'll do some change here. Any base form has this add, mak or make. That's instead of the which kind of vowel we're dealing with it here. But at first, let me complete this part. Okuyalım, let's read. Okuyayım, let me read. Konuşmak, konuşalım, let's talk. Konuşayım, let me talk. Tanıştırmak, tanıştıralım, let's introduce. Tanıştırayım, let me introduce. Like we know, we have two kinds of vowel letter, kalın, and that's mean heavy, ince, that's mean light. All of these four words, four sounds are kalın, are heavy letters. A, E, O, U. For example, nar. I will explain these ads at the next lecture, but I use it to illustrate how we can use all of these two forms. Okay, nar, it's one kind of fruit, will be nare, like that. Ukul, ukulu. I will put the appropriate ad at the last of this word. Here, e, I, U, Ü, incir, inciri, uzum, uzumu, will be like that. I will put this appropriate ad at the last of these words. Here, let's do review to ne, that's mean what, nasıl, that's mean who. To come put two words, this is important. This is a new grammar rule, a new grammar form. When we want to put two words together at the same, will be both of them names. For example, school's garden. Something like in English when we put this possessive s. But here the situation is different. Let me introduce this grammar here. Statement like school's garden. This we will put some ads to act like possessive s here in English to make form nearly from these two words, school's garden, school's bus, father's book, father's car, many words like that, father's cars, like I said before. We will put some additions. Let me use this math trick here. Delta, that's mean we will put one of these vowel letter, but will be the appropriate one with kalın or with heavy or ince, that's mean light. Which kind we will deal with it? We will put the appropriate letter following this rule above. Here we have three kinds of rule: delta n and delta or s delta. I will put the s to prevent be two vowel letters beside each other. And here, when I have vowel letter at the last of the first name, I will put n delta n. And here at the last will be the same, delta or S delta to prevent be two vowel letter at the same side. The last one will be without, and at the last, the same form. Let's focus on the first. Just we take the form now. Let's take many examples to kind of understand this form. Here, delta N and delta or S delta. And I say before why maybe we will put S. For example, when I put these two words in appropriate statement to can any native speaker, to can any Turkish citizen understand me immediately. Here we have okul, that means school. Otobüs, that means bus. Will be delta. Here delta will we can say the appropriate letter here will be U, and after that I will put N at the first name. This will be something like S, comma S at the first name at English language, like I said before, school's bus. Here will be okulun, like here. Otobüsü, okulun otobüsü. School's bus. Okul bahçe, school garden. How I can say school's garden will be okulun bahçesi. Why I put it this S here to prevent be two vowel letters at the same side. Number two, when I have vowel letter at the last of the first name, I will put N delta N. For example, baba, father, baba anahtar, father key. How I can say father's key will be babanın anahtarı, babanın anahtarı, father's key. How I can say mother's car, mother's car will be annenin arabası. Why I put it here N delta N instead of delta N? Because at the last of the first name we have vowel letter. Le, ince, or we can say light vowel letter. Or we can say Ankara University. How I can say this the last situation, the last form of this grammar. How I can say Ankara University. Sorry, in Turkish language will be Ankara University. In English will be Ankara University. In English language, we use the same trick, the same idea. I can say Ankara and put this comma S, and after that say university, sorry. And we can ignore this comma and S by say Ankara University. That's it. Here we will use the same trick. How? Ankara, general name, anyone know who this thing, Ankara, Istanbul, name, city, many situations like that, Ankara, Istanbul, Baghdad, or country's name, Iraq, Jordan, Egypt, or when I say sun, when I say sun in Turkish, that's mean güneş. When I won't say sunglasses, I will say güneş gözlüğü. That's mean I will not put this ad in general names. That's not necessary. For example, the cities or countries or another general name, that's not necessary to put any ad, because that will be Ankara University, will be Ankara Üniversitesi. Just I put S if that necessary, and after that I will the appropriate vowel letter. Here, let's talk about the possessive pronouns like I, me, mine, you, yours, and something like that. Here will be ben, benim, sen, senin, that's mean your or yours, o, onun, her or his, because like I said before, in Turkish language, we don't have her or his, just we will say o, and you must understand the speaker talk about girl or boy, man or man. Biz, bizim, ours, siz, yours, onlar, their. Okay. Uh, just before going to the next grammar form, I won't advise you, anyone want learn Turkish language, at last must be, have to be every day at least 20 minutes to read stories like that, baby stories, anything like that, just to can develop his skills by reading, because reading here is not easy, easier than English, but it's not easy. And at the same time, my next advice will be must watch every day at least 30 minutes, any series you want, Turkish series, sure. For example, anyone love action and events like action, I advise you to watch Suze, Dizzy, or we can say you have another option like you can watch Çukur. Çukur Dizzy. It's great to anyone love action, and we have in YouTube and Google many of romantic Turkish series. At last, you must watch at last 30 minutes every day, any dizzy, any series you want in Turkish language. Series, that's mean dizzy. Çukur dizzy or Suez dizzy, and we have many series, Turkish series. It will be benefit to you. Let's take some examples about Adi, bilgisayar, araba, cüzdan, and many things like that. Here, how we can say benim cüzdanım, that's my wallet. How I can say that in Turkish language? I will put this, I write it this simple form. For example, ben ade cüzdan. Ben, I, ade name, cüzdan, how I can write by appropriate way my name and my wallet will be benim cüzdanım. My name will be benim adım. Senin cüzdanın, onun cüzdanı. Just here I will put the delta. Bizim cüzdanımız, like this simple form. Sizin cüzdanınız, senin cüzdanınız. And the last one with onlar will be onların cüzdanı. That's mean here my name, my wallet, your name, your wallet. It's important because we will use it at the B bölümü, at the next P part, and the mind book and the exercise book. Now, let's repeat that. Benim adım, my name. Senin adın, your name. His or her name, our name, names, and your names, them names. How I can say I'm good, you good, he good, they good. Ben iyiyim. I put it this. Why? to prevent be two vowel letters at the same place. Okay, but here I put it Y, didn't put S. The grammar, the rule like that. At the me, you, he, she, we will use Y. But when we make something like school's garden, we will use S if we have vowel letter at the next name. İyiyiz, iyisiniz, onlar iyi, or iyiler. Here, let's note that we can say iyiler or without onlar, or if we write it onlar, we just say onlar iyi. The country's name, ülke isimleri, we will introduce how we can say that in Turkish language, the people names, halkın isimleri, and them languages. How we can say Turkish language, English language, Japan language, Italian language. Now, how we can say Turkish language, Italian language. At first, we will depend on the millet. Millet, that's mean people, people name, people's name. English, that's mean Inglaterra, Japan, Bulgar, Italian, Italian. Francis, France. Will be like that. Just we will put J, that means C in English, and A or A, E or A in English. But in Turkish, we will say A or A. To be Englishçe, Japanca, Bulgarca, İtalyanca, Fransızca. Here, important notes. We will use this few letters in many next grammars, because that we must keep it in our mind. Fıstık çişhib, F-S-T-E-K-Ç-E-Ş-H-P. I repeated this word 3 times to make something like tone. Anyone will come to Turkey and start to learn in any Turkish institute, we will hear these few words. Fıstık çişhib. When we have one of these words in the last of any people's name, we will put Ç instead of C, instead of J in Turkish language. To be like that. Arap, Arapça, not Arapça. Arapça. Turkçe, Ç, not A, because here we have ince letters. Ince letter, that means late letter. Rus, Rusça. Arnavut, Arnavutça. How we can say I'm Iraqi or I'm from Baghdad? We will use another form, like I said, that's the first lecture, Turkish language like math. We will use plus many times to can understand this language and his situation. Turkish language by add L delta. For example, we know this very important, like fıstık çişhib and maybe more than important. I will put L in every situation. For example, Iraq, the first thing I will put L. And after that, I will think about the appropriate letter. Here, A, that means I will put E to be Iraklı, İngilizli, Japonlu, Türklü. That means Iraqi or from Iraq. How we can say I'm Iraqi or I'm from Baghdad? At first, Iraq will be Iraklı, from Iraq, and after that put my appropriate pronoun. To say I'm Iraqi, I will say Irakliyim. I put it this way to prevent put two vowel letter at the same space at the same time. To be Iraklıyım. İngiliz, İngilizliyim. Japon, Japonluyum. Or İstanbulluyum. Ankaralıyım. Bagdatlıyım. Türklüyüm. That means I'm Turkish. The same thing with the city. İngilizlisin. Here when we say about sen, on, biz, siz, onlar. You, he, she, our, your, their. İngilizlisin. Baghdadlısın. Baghdad. In Turkey, in English, we say Baghdad. D at the last. In Turkish, we will write T instead of that. Why? I don't know. Japonlu. Here to O. Baghdadlı. Japonluyuz. Baghdadlıyız. Here I put it L-U, and after that completed by put this protect letter and appropriate delta, after that Z. To be Japonluyuz, Baghdadlıyız, Türklısınız, Baghdadlısınız, Türklı, Baghdadlı, or we can say Türkiye'li. If we want ignore onlar, will be like that. Baghdadlılar. Or we can say onlar Baghdadlı. We can select one of them. Here, how we can say, where are you from? Where are he from? And something like that by use ben, sen, or be, siz, onlar. How I can say, where are you from? Nereliyim? Nerle? Where are or where is? The protect letter and me. Nereliyim? Where am I from? Nerelisin? Where are you from? Nereli? Where is he or she from? Nereliyiz? Where are we from? Nerelisiniz? Where are you from? Onlar nereli? Where are they from? The grammar, it's done. Let's go to solve the other exercise in B bölümü, in the part B. Okuyalım, tekrarlayalım. Bu kim? This who or who is she? Bu Tolay, Tolay öğrenci. She is Tolay. Tolay is student. O Türkiye'li, from Turkey. Bu Arnold, Arnold bahçıvan. He is Arnold. Grandener. O Gürcistanlı. He is from Georgia. Bu Leyla Hanım, that's mean Miss Leyla. Leyla Hanım memur, that's mean officer. She is officer, or can say employee. O Lübnanlı, she is from Lebanon, or Lebanon, like you want. Bu Olga, she is Olga. I noted she or he from the picture, but without picture, I will not understand the speaker talk about he or she. Okay, the Turkish language is that. Bu Olga, Olga öğrenci, she is student. O Rusyalı, she is Russian. Bu John, John şoför. We can say driver, he is a driver. O Kanadalı, Kanadalı, that's right, Canadian, or from Canada. Here the last one, bu Maksud, he is Maksud. Maksud öğretmen, öğretmen that's mean teacher. O İranlı, he is from Iran. Here, like we say, ülke, that's mean country, Türkiye, millet, people, Türk, dil, Türkçe. İngiltere, İngiliz, İngilizce. Ürdün, that's mean Jordan. Arap, Arapça. Rusya, Rus, Rusçe. Rusçe, not Rusce. because fıstıkçı. Gülistan, Gurucu, Gurjuce. I don't know this country where or what is name. Japonya, Japon, Japonca. Bulgaristan, Bulgaristan, Bulgar, Bulgarca. Italy, Italian, Italianca. And Francis, Fransa, Francis, Fransızca. Here, Arnavut, Arnavutça. That's mean, I think, Albanian. Now, cevaplayalım. Let's answer. Mısır, Mısırlı. That's mean Egyptian. Norveç, Norveçli. Çin, China. Çinli. Belarus, Belaruslu. Ecuador, Ecuadorlu. This is the important form. We must always put it in our mind. Now let's talk about Narlisin. Türkiye'leyim. Türkiye'leyim. Türkiye. L delta. Le. The protect letter. And after that, my pronouns. To be Türkiye'leyim. Türkiye'leyim. Where are you from? I'm from Turkey, or I'm Turkish citizen. I'm from Turkey. We have many ways to answer this question. Here, Tunis, Turkey, Japan, Japonia. Metin. I just write it Irakli. We can't say Metin Tunislu by put L and O here. U to be Tunislu. Mehdi nereli? Where is Mehdi? We don't have Mehdi here. Oh, sorry. Metin Türkiye'li. Mehdi Tunislü. Emire. Where is Emire? Huh. Urdunlu. Emire. Just I write that from my mind. Americanlı. But the appropriate answer will be about Emire. Emire Urdunlu. We will put L and U at the last to be Emire Urdunlu. Akana. Where is Akana? Huh. Japonia. Akana nereli? Akana Japonyalı. Just I will put L and E at the last to be Akana Japonyalı. Hans Almanya, Almanyalı. L and E are the first. I put it all of that from my mind. Amerikanlı, Fransızlı, Afrikanlı. Here okuyalım. Let's read. Cevaplayalım. Let's answer. Konuşalım. Let's talk. Merhaba, benim adım Zahra. My name is Zahra. Merhaba Zahra, benim adım Alide. Alide neredesin? Where are you from? Ben Romanlıyım. Ankara'da öğrenciyim. I'm student in Ankara. Let me put my charge. Here, öğrenci, that means student. After that, the protect Y and my pronoun. To be öğrenciyim, that means I'm student. Ben de Ankaralıyım. Me too from Ankara. Nerede öğrencisin? Where are you student? Ankara Üniversitesi'nde, like I said before, Ankara Üniversitesi. But here NDE, we will talk about it at the next lectures because it's not proper yet to give it now. Ankara Üniversitesi'nde öğrenciyim. But let me talk shortly about it. Ankara Üniversitesi, we know what that means. That means Ankara University. Okay? Here, this N we will put it after the de. De, that's mean in. He is student in Ankara University. Here, I put it this N to prevent BD and I at near from other. Orangim, and like I said before, we will talk about it on the next slides. Ben de Ankara Üniversitesi'nde, me too at the Ankara University. Öğrenciyim, I'm student. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Nice to meet you. Ben de memnun oldum. Me too, nice to meet you too. Görüşmek üzere, goodbye, iyi günler, good evening, good evening. Here, Ali de nereli? Ali de Türkiye'li, or İstanbullu, Ankaralı, Bagdatlı, because we talk about the third person, not she or she, or he or she, but Ali de, I don't know if he man or man, or woman, I'm sorry, no, we don't know if he man or woman, but at first he not the dialogue, because that I use the O pronouns, because that we say İstanbullu without put any another ads. Ali de Ankara Üniversitesi'nde, like I said before, de, that's mean in the university. Here I put it this N to prevent BD and I at near from each other. Zahra nereli? Russian. Russian, that's mean the country's name. But how I can say Zahra from Russia or Russian citizen? Zahra Ruslu. Just I put it L and the appropriate vowel letter, like I said before. Zahra öğrenci mi? Is Zahra, he wondering about if Zahra student. Zahra öğrenci mi? Evet. Zahra öğrenci. We must put here, we must write here Zahra. Evet, Zahra öğrenci. Evet, that's mean yes. Hayır, that's mean no. Tamamlayalım. Let's complete. Karışıklığı konuşalım. Let's talk with each other. İyi günler, görüşmek üzere, hoşça kal. Görüşmek üzere, see you. Hoşça kal, goodbye. Sınıfta kim var, kim yok? Var, that's mean we have. Actually, Turkish language is different from Arabic language, English language, because at both of these languages, we don't have words like that. We don't have yok. We don't have yok. That's mean we don't have. Just this difficult to understanding because we don't have same situation in our language, but we must know what that's mean var or yok. Var, that's mean if I'm wondering about this teacher, that's I will say var. If this teacher not came to this class today, I will say yok. That means something like didn't come or she is not in the class. She is in the class, that's mean var. She is not in the class, that's mean yok. Okay? İyi günler Nergis, iyi günler Serdar. Nasılsın? Here, like we say, they friends, because that we use the informal form. I didn't say nasılsınız. I said or I write it nasılsın. Teşekkür ederim, iyiyim. Sen nasılsın? I select the appropriate solution because she, Serdar, the boy, Serdar told her nasılsın. Didn't say to her nasılsınız Because that I understood, this speech is not formal speech. Okay, teşekkür ederim. Ben de iyiyim. Arkadaşın, that means your friend. Arkadaşın kim? Who is your friend? Bu Azar, he introduced his friend to them. Bu Azar o Bosna Herkisli. He is from Bosna. Hoş geldiniz, you welcome. Ben de Serdar, me too. Azra İstanbul Üniversitesi'nde. Let's know that. University, the form name or form, the base form to the university, like that. University, we will say in Turkish, university. Until here. After that, I put it S and I put it S to prevent B2 vowel letter at each other at the same side. And after that, put it N, another protect letter to can put the in the university to be üniversitesinde. But the best form to it, university. That's it. Until here, we put it 2, 3, 5 more letters to can make this appropriate statement to be Istanbul University, something like comma S in the English. Üniversitesinde öğrenci. She is student in Istanbul University. Tanıştığımıza memnun oldum. Nice to meet you. Ben de memnun oldum. Me too. Hoşça kalın. See you. Güle güle. Can say goodbye. Here, günaydın arkadaşlar. That's mean good morning. This is a new word to us. Günaydın, that's mean good morning. Good morning arkadaşlar. Good morning friends. Günaydın öğretmenim. Here we put it this possessive pronoun. My teacher. Good morning, my teacher. Nasılsınız? Here it's formal speech. The student didn't say to them, teacher, nasılsın? Here that's not allowed. We can't say like that. If you say something like that, that's mean you put yourself in a problem. Teşekkür ederiz öğretmenim. Thank you so much, my teacher. Is. She asked about the student. The teacher asked the student. Here, the student say is. Siz nasılsınız? Like I said before, the student can say hocam sen nasılsın? Siz nasılsınız? Teşekkür ederim. Ben de iyiyim. Thank you so much. Me too. I'm good too. Bugün kim yok? Today. Bugün. This day. Or we can say today. But by use the literature translator, we will say this day, or we can say today. Kim yok? Who is, how I can translate yok? Bugün kim yok? Today, who didn't come? Herkes burada. Herkes, that's mean everyone. Everyone burada. Everyone is here. Söyleyelim, yazalım. Söyleyelim, let me say. Yazalım, let me write. Sınıfta ne? Kim var? Sınıfta ne? Kim yok? This few examples can illustrate to us the right meaning of var and yok. Book, here that's mean var. Defter, notebook, var. Sara, here that's yok. We don't have. Kanepe, couch, var. Chair, var. baby, bebek in Turkish, var. Some similarity between Turkish and English, and we will say many words. Both of these languages share it, like economy, many words like that. Credit card, but the Turkish people say kredi kartı. Here table, masa var. Öğretmen, teacher var. Student var. Ayakkabılık, shoe cabinet var. Lamba, lamp or bulb var. Harita, map var. Telefon var. Silgi, eraser var. Bilgisayar, computer var. Here, let's talk about what var. At our class, sınıfta öğretmen var. Sınıfta kitaplar var. Sınıfta tahta var. Sandalyeler var. I use this add to convert the singular situation to plural situation, like cat, cats, book, books. Masalar var. Isıtma var. That's mean air system, ısıtma. Lambalar var. Çantalar var. What is yok in our class? Sınıfta kanepe yok. Televizyon yok. Hale yok. Hala, that's mean carpet. İçecek, that's mean drinks, yok. Yemek yok, that's mean foods. Bilardo yok. Ayakkabılık yok. İçecek, that's mean drinks. Yemek, that's mean food. Here, like I said before, evet, that's mean yes. Hayır, that's mean no. Sınıfta askı var mı? Askı, that's mean hunger. Evet, sınıfta askı var. Sınıfta that's mean in. But here in another situation, because we have fıstıkçı şıp, instead of put da, I put it ta. Convert D to T, and we will talk about it at the next lectures. Sınıfta askı var mı? Evet, sınıfta askı var. Sınıfta kanepe var mı? Hayır, sınıfta kanepe yok. Okuyalım. Let's read. Tamamlayalım. Let's complete. Ne var ne yok. Sınıfta defter var mı? Evet, sınıfta defter var. Evet, or we can say evet var. We have two situations to solve question like that. Sınıfta bardak var mı? Hayır, sınıfta bardak yok. Or we can say just hayır yok. Sınıfta kalem var mı? Evet. Sınıfta kalem var mı? Sınıfta polis var mı? We can say yok. Or sınıfta polis yok. Sınıfta öğretmen var mı? We can say evet. Or evet, sınıfta öğretmen var. That means we can say evet and we can say at the same time var. But we must select one of them. Sınıfta harita var mı? Evet. Or we can say sınıfta harita var. Sınıfta cetvel, ruler var mı? Evet, sınıfta cetvel var. Sınıfta top var mı? Yok. Or we can say sınıfta top yok. Or we can say higher. That will be more appropriate. Higher or sınıfta top yok. Okuyalım. Here we have another grammar situation, another grammar form. How I can ask about something and how I can say note in Turkish language. Here the situation is some, like we can say, complicated, because it's different from from English language, and at the same time from Arabic language. Here, evet, öğretmen sınıfta. Yes, the teacher at the class. Hayır, öğretmen sınıfta değil. He is not, he or she, I don't know. He or she, he or she, sorry, isn't in the class or not in the class. Kütüphanede, that's mean at the library, in the library. Kütüphane, library. De, in the library. Cevaplayalım. Boy, that's mean length. Let's know that. Televizyon açık mı? He wondering about if the television open or not. Televizyon açık mı? Open. He asked if the television open or not. Televizyon açık mı? Evet, televizyon açık. Adam uzun boylu mu? Here I will mention how we can use the question tool mu or m delta in appropriate situation at the next slide, at the next lecture, because it's important how we can ask in Turkish language, not by using the question tools like kim, ne, and many words like that. We have another question tool, sorry. We will use it by use M and delta. The delta, like I said before, that's mean appropriate letter, appropriate vowel letter. For example, let me summary that. Televizyon açık mı? If I want to ask about the television situation, I will put M and after that the appropriate letter, vowel letter. Here because that I put it here to be açık mı? Adam uzun boylu mu? I want to ask about his length. Because that I will put M, but at the last the statement, at the last this line. Not like in English language, if I want ask about he, I will say, is he going, is he went? I will put the verb. In English language, I don't know how I can explain that, but in English language, the situation is different. I will use the question tool at the first, but in Turkish, we will put the question tool at the last. And here, they are good examples to that. Uzun boylu mu? I put it M at the last, and after that, the appropriate vowel letter. Televizyon açık mı? Hayır, televizyon açık değil. It is not open. Here değil, it's that değil, that's mean here not. Kadın uzun boylu mu? Hayır, uzun boylu değil. Değil, that's mean he or she, it's not longer. Kısa boylu, short. Futbol topu büyük mü? Football, the same word in English. Topu büyük mü? Evet, futbolun topu büyük. Just I put it something like schools bus, the comma and s here, there's the delta n, and top put it another delta here, put it delta, I mean the appropriate vowel letter, to be futbolun topu büyük. Or we can say just football topu, because everyone know who the football is the general word. We can say, and easier to us will be futbol topu büyük. Or we can say higher, futbol topu büyük değil. It's not bigger, it's not big. Tenis topu büyük mü? Hayır, tenis topu büyük değil. The same situation, that's not necessary to put delta n in the first name, because everyone know who it is, the tennis. Defter ince mi? Evet, defter ince. Or we can say hayır, defter ince değil. Hayır, kitap ince değil, kalın. İnce, thin or thick, Kalın, that's mean thin or thick. And ince, that's mean the opposite meaning to thicker in Turkish language. Here, bu silge mi? Evet, bu silge. Hayır, bu silge değil. I forget it to put bu. Ceftel, ruler. Bunlar kitap. Evet, bunlar kitap. Onlar kitap, doktor. Hayır, bunlar kitap. And after that, onlar doktor mu? Onlar doktor. We can say onlar doktor değil. And the same situation, we will try all of these questions, all of this exercise. Bu sözlük mü? This sözlük. Glasses. Hayır, bu sözlük değil. For example, bu kitap, or we can say evet, bu sözlük. Bu havul. Evet, bu havul. Or hayır, bu havul değil. Havul, that means suitcase. Bunlar saksı, flower pots. Hayır, bunlar saksı değil. Bunlar çiçek. Bu kedi, hayır bu kedi değil. Bu köpek, or we can say, köpek, that's mean dog. Or we can say, evet bu kedi. Bunlar gözlük. Here, let me finish these few words and after that mention another thing to you. Hayır, bunlar gözlük değil. Bunlar gözlük hafızası. This is the cover of the glasses. Okay, here let us don't forget put the appropriate me to can ask. Bunlar kitap will be bunlar kitap mı? M and E. Onlar doktor mu? Will be M, U, M. Bu gözlük mü? We'll put M and U and instead of that 2 points to be M. Bu sözlük mü? Bu bavul mu? Bunlar saksı mı? That means M and the short I. Bu kedi mi? Will be M and I. In Turkish language, E to be me, but we will not say bu kedi mi. That's wrong. The Turkish people say kedi mi. E, I in English. The appropriate pronouns to it in Turkish, E. But here the Turkish citizen at this situation will say E. Bu kedi mi? Bunlar gözlük. Bunlar gözlük mü? M and U instead of that 2 points. Dinleyelim, tekrarlayalım, konuşalım. Kahvaltı, that means breakfast. It's important when you go to any hotels, 4 stars, 3 stars, something like that. In Turkish people, you will say about the breakfast, if it included or not. We'll take this topic at the next lectures. Meryem, günaydın. Anne, good morning, mom. Günaydın, Meryem. Anne, kahvaltı ne var? What is in the breakfast? Kahvaltı beyaz peynir. White cheese. Kaşar peyniri. Cheddar cheese. Yumurta, egg, zeytin, olive ve domates var. Başka bir şey yok mu? She wondering if something missing in this table. Çay ve simit de var. Çay, tea, simit. This simit. I don't know because we don't have something like that in English language. This the simit. It's the famous food in Turkish. Eline sağlık anneciğim. Place your hands, my dear mom. Dinleyelim, işaretleyelim. Let's put sign. Dinleyelim, let's hear. Kahvaltıda ne var? Beyaz peynir, white cheese var. Bal, honey var. Sucuklu yumurta. We'll take this form the next lectures. That's mean with. Sucuklu with when I put this form, that's mean with meat, with kitchen, with peynir. Here sucuklu with sausage. This egg with sausage. Sucuklu yumurta var. Zeytin, olive var. Chai, tea var. Recel, that's mean jam, recel var. Kızarmış ekmek, toast var. Battery, tereyağı, battery var. Kaşar peyniri var. Yumurta, egg, cake, pasta, simit var. İnceleyeyim, okuyalım. Affedersiniz, kumesete tavuk var mı? Excuse me, he wondering about if here any chicken, something like joke. Evet, kumesete tavuk var. Kumesete, that's mean hen house. If inside this cabin, any chicken inside it. Affedersiniz, boş yer var mı? This small animal asks this fat bear if any place is available. Evet var, buyurun. Buyurun, something like welcome. Günaydın, good morning, sınıf, class, dil, language, and tonnage. Dil has two meaning, language and tonnage. This, like use. We can say use make, that's mean the base form of swimming, and use has another name, it's 100, and at the same time that's mean face. Use has three meaning. Deal has two meaning, language and tonnage. Neredesiniz? Where are you from? Hoşça kal, goodbye. Hoş geldiniz, welcome. Uzun, long, kısa, short. Var, there is. Kahvaltı, breakfast. Affedersiniz, excuse me, yok. That's mean reverse of or opposite meaning of var. Here, bu, şu, o. We will take all of that at the next slides, but we can say bu ne, bu çanta, bu ne, bu defter, bu ne, bu bardak, that's mean glass. Here ne, but when we talk about human, we will say kim. Bu kim, bu Ali, bu ne, bu saat. The different situation between these, the boy and the o'clock. Bu kim, bu kaptan, that's mean leader, or bu ne, bu deniz, sea. Bu kim, bu kim, about the baby. Here something wrong, or we can say here with capital D at the first of this word, that's mean his name is Deniz. Bu kim, bu Deniz, his name is Deniz. Bu ne anahtar, key. Bu ne, bu pencere. Here we can't say bu ne. Bu kim, bu polis. Bu ne, bu çiçek. flower. Bu ne? Bu tavşan. That's mean rabbit. Here let's take a look about at first. Bu ad, that's mean horse. Şu keçi, that's mean goat. 3 incek, or we can say cow. Here, Tiran, Üsküp, Ashgabat, Amman, Bucharest, and many Tokyo and many cities like that. Mısır, Belgica, Turkey, İngiltere, Kosovo, Ordon, Romania. How we can say Bulgar, Bulgarca, Makedonca by use the fıstıkçı rule and the base form about J or Che and the appropriate vowel A or E to be Makedonca, Romanca, Japonca, Türkçe, Arnavutça, İspanyolca, İngiltere, İngilizce, Lübnan, Arapça, Fransa, Fransızca, no that's not right, Fransızca, Finlandiya, Finnish, Finlande, I think yes, the author took it about Finlande. Just we will put J to be something like Fince, yes, that's right. Ordunde in Jordan, Ordune to Jordan, Ordunlayım, I'm Jordan, or I'm Georgian. Ordundayım, I'm in Jordan. Here the situation is different and it's not easy. De, that's mean in, that's mean to. Ordunluyum, I'm a Jordan citizen, like we explained at the last slides. Ordundayım, I'm in Jordan. I will explain all of these situations with the question tool at the next lecture, briefly with many examples to can understand all of this. Televizyon, kitaplar, bilgisayar, öğrenci, defter, kitap, çöp sepeti, or we can say çöpün sepeti, tapşır, kanebe, yemek masası, köpek, kedi, telefon, lamba, mutfak, resim. Here sınıfta bilgisayar var, sınıfta tabla yok, mutfakta bardak var, kanebe yok, çiçek var, bahçede, that's mean in the garden, the base form to it, garden, bahçe. Bahçede, in the garden, bahçede kitap yok, salonda pencere var, salonda buzdolabı, that's mean this figure, no, the refrigerator is buzdolabı, that's mean the refrigerator, we can say refrigerator. Salonda buzdolabı yok, masada at the desk kalem yok. Bahçede ağaç var mı? Evet, bahçede ağaç var. Köpek kulübede mi? Hayır, köpek kulübede değil. Köpek bahçede. We're talking about this picture. Ev küçük mü? Evet, ev küçük. That means small. Köpek kulübesi büyük mü? Hayır, köpek kulübesi büyük değil. Çocuk salıncakta mı? Hayır, çocuk salıncakta değil. Çocuk bahçede. At the garden. Talking about the baby, çocuk. Bahçede kedi var mı? Yes, we have cat in the garden. Evet, bahçede kedi var. Havuzda kaç ördek var? Havuzda uç ördek var. Salıncak, that means swing. We will stop until here, and at the next lecture we will take the numbers and many another important related with how we can learn Turkish language better. Thank you so much. Have a good time. Thank you about your patience, your listening.